Grand Rising, my brothers, sisters, kings, and queens, on this frigid day. I have a story for y'all today, and it matches the weather. So get ready, buckle up. You know, I stumbled across a story concerning a man who was found froze alive with almost an inch of ice on him. And what occurred during this time was absolutely phenomenal and quite scary. August 26, 2002, these two guys right here stumbled across a man frozen solid but still alive. And what they experienced was nothing short of amazing. They find this man right here. This is the exact picture. He's frozen stiff and they don't know where he had come walking from. So they had to follow the ice trail. And guess where it led him to? It led him to this park area right here. Now, mind you, this is 2002, August 26. Something phenomenal happened to this man where he was able to freeze over 10% of this park right here. Check it out. The thing is, when they got him in the ambulance, bro, the whole ambulance froze. All the systems shut down, everything. And it turned into a complete freezer within minutes of him being in the ambulance. The feds went to go investigate, and by the time they got there, whatever this man touched was turning solid ice. This might be the actual Iceman from Marvel Comics. But look at this right here. You can look the story up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post the whole story on my page and let y'all view it yourself. It's also on YouTube. But check this out. The man was actually freezing everything around him, and it baffled everyone. Now, when they got him to the hospital, the same thing occurred. Bro, this is incredible. The whole hospital froze over as if Antarctica had hovered over the city and started freezing everything while this man was alive and also unalive.
Shortly before reaching the hospital, paramedics noticed that the inside of the ambulance had begun to freeze in the same way as the man's body, as yet unidentified. The photograph they took became striking after a few minutes, realizing that large ice formations began to quickly form inside. And in about an hour, the vehicle was completely unusable, with its internal systems paralyzed by the cold.
Now peep when they get him to the hospital. Now mind you, as I said before, everywhere he went, he froze it. Tents, cabins, land masses, and entire buildings. Check this out.
Tents had become so rigid that the only way to investigate them was by breaking them. Even with direct heat application, they wouldn't thaw. In fact, the temperature was so extreme that the police suffered skin damage just from the cold emanating from larger objects when approached slightly. While walking through the park, they came across what seemed to be an abandoned wooden cabin among the dense trees, completely frozen, much like the camping tents. Both the interior and exterior were covered with stalactites and stalagmites, and the temperature marked 130 degrees Fahrenheit below zero, posing a significant health risk. After photographing the interior, part of the police contingent also had to be urgently taken to the hospital due to severe respiratory and skin consequences. The photographs revealed an extreme state of the place, as shown below.
You see, I can't make this stuff up. There's some incredible things going on in this world. And this is one of them. Let's keep going. Let me show you all the pictures of the hospital once they got there.
And his freezing state began to spread rapidly across the stretcher, the floor, and then the walls of the room he was in. This spread so quickly that it didn't give the present doctors time to escape the room. Before they could realize, a thick layer of ice had spread to the door, making it impossible to open. Inside, everything turned into a true freezer. In the course of 30 minutes, more than half of the main building had started to freeze severely. Both the staff and hospitalized patients had to be evacuated urgently. This order caused such chaos that regrettable consequences further tainted the night. Around 3:30 a.m., the entire hospital was filled with ice on the roofs, stairs, floor, and walls.
Now question, why have we never heard of this? This is 2002 summer. Baltimore, Maryland, and no one has ever spoke about this? Come on, people. There's a lot going on in this world that they're not telling us. So them people out here criticizing my videos about Godzilla and other crazy phenomena, y'all need to wake up. Christ said it himself. How can I tell y'all about what's going on in heaven if y'all not gonna believe what's going on down here on earth right now with you? Can't tell you nothing. But let's continue watching.
This phenomenon seemed to be confined solely to the hospital premises. As outside it completely subsided, internal losses were considerable. The few people who dared to explore the interior noticed that electricity was still functioning. However, it was only a matter of hours before it collapsed due to humidity. With the arrival of the police and firefighters, anyone was ordered not to re-enter the hospital premises. It was also recommended to stay away from areas still affected by the cold outside. Where several trees lost their leaves and turned black from the sudden freezing and temperatures close to 45 degrees Fahrenheit below zero.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in this world. They're not telling us. And this stuff is right here under our noses. Really don't know what to believe anymore. So when all else fails for me, I'm gonna believe in Christ. There is a little more to this story, but I pretty much gave you a gist of what happened. So if you want to view it, I'm gonna post it on my likes page, and I'm gonna share it. That way you can go view the whole entire series. But man, that was crazy. And I'm just saying,